What's your life like right now?
It's a little different, especially being in New York. I kind of knew things were a little bit amiss. I got off the plane and no one's in the airport. And then I get on the subway and it was empty. I was the only one on it. So it was already evident that this was a huge deal because New York's the busiest city in the world. It's eerie, it's scary. The first hour, I actually contemplated, I was like, I should just leave. Like, I should just walk away because I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do any good. It's crazy how quiet it is. I could hear birds chirping, right? Like, you never hear that. I'm a travel nurse. I'm used to being thrown into a situation and having to land on my feet. I'm used to being able to have to take in information and do with what I have in a new environment. This is different. This is tough. I get questions every day. Is this the war zone that people are saying it is? Yes, it is. It is definitely the kind of war zone that people think it is. This is about as bad as it could get in the United States. My first hour on my first shift was something I've never experienced before in my career. The very first thing I even saw was 2 refrigerated trucks that were acting as morgues. That was my introduction. So they saw my name on my badge and they're like, oh, Hershey, go up your ICU. So I walked into the ICU, and when I opened those doors, that was the front lines of this pandemic right there. Like, that was the real shit. And I was scared. And after that shift, I couldn't even just stand outside of the hospital after that shift. I had to walk about a mile down the road to kind of just gather my thoughts.
I just left the shift. That was hard. It was hard, even for me. Like, and I'm not super special or anything, but man, it was a rough shift. It was a rough shift.
I stayed eventually, and I'm glad I did, but at that time, I've never felt that uneasy and uncertain about something. It takes a lot to scare a nurse. I mean, we are at the front lines. We are there every day with these people, and so if you're scaring us, that's something you need to look back on and think, wow, there must be something really wrong here.
You haven't seen the 7 p.m. clap?
I've never seen it. I was joking with a few nurses the other day that I've never even seen one person do it because they chose to do it at 7, which is when we do shift report. So we're all in the hospital getting report. None of us can hear or see it. I haven't left the hospital before 8 o'clock at night since I've been working here. So I'm really working 13-hour shifts. Hey, look at that. I thought it was corny when I heard about it, but hearing it, it feels good. It does, actually. We don't get a lot of recognition as nurses, and for everybody in healthcare, honestly. I hate saying just nurses or doctors, because like respiratory therapists, EMTs who get paid horrible, and paramedics, and we're all out there, so it's great to see. It's great to see the public come together like that. That's awesome. That's really cool, actually. So we don't get a lot of that, so it actually means a lot. That's cool.